So you'll notice we stop the timer up here in our else, so we invalidate and set it to nil. We want to do the same on change speed. So we want to actually stop the previous timer and start it over again. So we're going to say self.playbackTimer, invalidate, and self.playbackTimer equals nil. And then we want to start playing this again with the new speed, and actually we could retype this in, or else we could just call that event. So let's do a self space play touch event. So what's going to happen is when we change the speed, it's actually going to do this action, and then it's going to do everything that would have happened if you would have pressed the play button anyways. So let's go ahead and try running that. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, play. Oops. And then if I change the speed down, it's on autoplay. Oh, I had one way down there. It's going to be really slow. Goofed the play button. Now if I want to do an erase, we need to fix that. That's pretty easy. The erase is already hooked up to erase touch event, and our array, we just need to empty that out, and there is a real quick method in NSMutable arrays that will actually do that for us. So we're going to say self.touchArray remove all objects, and then we also need to clear out, so we need to remove all the touch data. So self remove all touch data. And that should be it. We shouldn't have to play it again because we know it's an empty array. So let's go ahead and try running that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, play. And I can do an erase. If I do a play, it's not going to do anything because there's no data. I can do 1, 2, play again. Now it's just those two new things. So there you have it. You have an app that basically you can add elements to an array. You can play back certain objects from the array. You can iterate through all the subviews, so you can iterate through an array and just remove certain items with a certain tag. And you can also use the array so you can remove all objects from an array. So the NS arrays are very powerful, and they're pretty easy to use. The main thing you got to remember though is that it is an Objective-C type object, and it can only store Objective-C type things. So if you have a struct like a CG point, you have to do that NS value. And then once you get to the point where you want to use it, you have to extract that back out to a CG point instead of the NS value of it. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Go ahead and submit it, and then you'll have a checkpoint on NS arrays.